Hello, welcome to the Hell Queue. Today we're gonna play against Mitotic Ultimus first. Again with our trusty pal Sephiroth the Savior. We're gonna open with a temple here. Just a quick reminder that I will be spending all my rare wildcards on fetchlands and shocklands. So this deck and basically every other deck I play here in this channel gets upgraded enough for the Hell Queue. I'll show in a second here what the Mitotic Ultimus does. Yeah, an 8 that divides into 4 4s, that divides into 2 2s, and then into 1 1s. Pretty strong. A fellow cabbage player here. Nice to see. There is a ramp. And we will do the same thing. Almost there on the 7 mana to cast Sephiroth. The Terminus performs really well because it can reanimate creatures later on. Obviously it's just an upgrade that too good to have in a 2 mana rock. They cast Ronas, 5/5 God for 3 mana to make the Ultimus cheaper. We didn't draw the land, but almost the same thing. We cast the Signet and then the Tioba. Here Ronas can be a menace actually, undestructible creature. And they also cast Boltborn Tyrant. We are against the wall here. Nothing Sephiroth can solve. Let's see what he got. 5 cards. Pretty good. Either one from Tatioba and cast Inquisition of Kozilek. No, I decided to kill the mana ramp creature. Just to have a mana difference big enough to bypass the power they have. Rampant Road. The commander can be really annoying because it has trample, so you need to be careful about it. We have a free swing with Sephiroth because he has vigilance. Now let's see what we should do here. A removal spell before casting the kitten and then blinking Sephiroth to draw what we searched. Look, enormous hands thanks to Sephiroth. Look at this, you can blink your mana rocks to basically untap them. We keep doing that. To cast as much cards from our hand as possible, so we don't have to discard at the end of turn. Boots on Sephiroth. Blinking the rocks. Position for Reclamation Sage. Because that thing could destroy the enchantment, obviously. Our Rooks of Rising. Nothing special. They're looking for an answer there. They cycle the dinosaur. They're gonna Soar Rex. 10/10 indestructible creature. We take all that like a champ. At that land. We first swing. We pass the boots to the cat because the boots were preventing Sephiroth to be blinked. Target and blink. It doesn't matter, the enchantment went away. I prefer the card draw here. 4 cards. Here it was kind of a bad roll. But let's see what else Sephiroth can Bring. Imprisoned in the Moon and Swords to Plowshares. Perfect answers against that board. Here we blink Mana Rocks again. We finally get rid of Ranas. So much things to do here. And we discard all those cards. Goblin enters and fights a creature. He chooses to fight Puck. That was a weird one because, like, the problem here is the Displacer Kitten, but maybe our opponent was afraid of the damage output. Who knows? Carousel Shepherd. All their green spells are uncontrollable. Pretty nice card. Also a green staple here. But that was enough for our opponent. That's a GG. Time for the next one. We get nothing. Time for the second one. The first time I encountered Roscoe, Clockmaster, one of the top tier commanders for Brawl in MTG Arena. Let's see how it goes. We open Cavern of Souls, so we keep. Roscoe is a pretty counter heavy deck. So you need patience and thinking well your strategy here. They ramp for a turn 3 Roscoe. And we do the same thing. Swing with the elves. Lucky for Rust, they didn't draw the land, so they have to cast Brainstorm to search for one. That was a pretty huge tempo benefit for us. They cast Restrict Study. Time to pay taxes. And we ramp for 5, really. Time for their commander. The clock enters. And each time they cast a non-creature spell, they'll drain us for 1 and put a counter on the clock. Sounds pretty dramatic. We pay the tax. Draw 4 artifacts, creature, instant, and a land. Here I chose Tatioba because we had Cavern of Souls, I mean the Delighted Halfling, so I was not worried about counter spells. I know they could remove her, but I was in a pretty comfortable position here. They cast Grim Tutor. That's kind of scary. Too bad we don't have access to the Demonic Tutor. Maybe when they open the Timeless Brawl queue, the rumored ranked version of Brawl. We will cast the Kitten. Sadly for us, we have to pay the tax of Restrict Study. You can't afford to give Roscoe cards. It's just too obnoxious. We blink. And discard. The clock is ticking, but we're in a pretty good shape. They are thinking, maybe realizing it's almost over. The interesting part about this game is that it's the top tier LQ commander, basically. And we just encountered him with a free-to-play account. A couple days old account. He didn't have the answer, and that's a GG. Thank you for watching. Please keep hydrated. See you in the next one.